Hey guys, it's Virginia and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be an update video because I haven't uploaded in a couple months and I'm going to be explaining why, but I'm also just going to be updating some things about my life because more in my life has happened than just I've been going to school. I'm home right now, if you can't tell, and the reason that I didn't really film or upload at school this semester is because I had a roommate and I also was a lot more busy, so I just didn't have as much time, I didn't have as much motivation, and then I also, had another person to be considerate of in my room. And we actually got along really well. She's really nice and we have enjoyed rooming together. And I've also just been trying to spend less time on YouTube and social media recently. So that's kind of the reason why I haven't uploaded throughout February, pretty much. The past 2.5 weeks, though, have kind of changed my entire world. I go to school at Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green, and I'm from Middle Tennessee. That's where I grew up. It's where I've always lived up until now. And March 2nd, there were storms in Bowling Green at night, and I love thunderstorms, so, I was watching it with my roommate. It was really cool to see all the lightning and stuff. I didn't realize that there were also storms in Middle Tennessee the same night, and I woke up on Tuesday, March 3rd, to text asking if my parents were okay. And I was very alarmed to wake up to that because I didn't know a reason they wouldn't be. And then the next text I saw were texts from my parents with a picture of our shed that had a tree fallen over because a tornado had passed through the area the night before. Our house didn't have power. Like I said, our shed had a big tree on it. Our house wasn't damaged at all, but as my parents, drove around our neighborhood to check on other people, that wasn't the case for other homes. There were lots of trees down, and even now, 2.5 weeks later, there are still a bunch of tarps on roofs of houses in our neighborhood. Most of the trees have been cleared away, but I got up on Tuesday and I didn't know what to do because my roommate was still asleep and it's not like I didn't really have anybody to talk to, and so I just kind of sat in a lounge in my dorm just looking at the news about what had happened and where the tornado had touched down, and it went through parts of downtown Nashville. It went through areas east of Nashville, destroying several schools, several neighborhoods, a lot of places that I grew up going to. It destroyed a lot of places that I grew up going to. This is the third time filming this video, and I didn't cry the other 2 times, so I'm a little surprised that I'm crying this time, but also it's raining outside right now, and more crappy things have developed since then, so I guess I'm just kind of letting my emotions out right now. The tornado destroyed so many people's homes, so many places that I grew up going to that I had been just months before. There's a venue in East Nashville called the Basement East, and it has one of the I Believe in Nashville murals on it, and I'm sure you've seen the image of that venue destroyed all except for that one part of the wall with the mural still standing. And I actually went there in August, the day after my 18th birthday, to see my favorite band, and I got to meet them there, and it was a really cool venue, and I'm glad that I got to go to it before it was destroyed. But that makes it just all the more hard to cope. So that happened on Tuesday, the beginning of the week, pretty much. I was going to go home for spring break on Friday, but I still had Tuesday to Friday to make it through classes. I had a paper, I had a midterm to do, and that week was really hard because I just kept finding out more and more things that were destroyed or damaged, while also still having to do schoolwork and also nobody really talking about what had happened. So that week was really, really hard, and I came home on Friday, and we still didn't have any power. The first night I was home, I stayed at a friend's house. The second night I slept on the couch in front of the fireplace because it was dropping into below freezing, but we still didn't have any heat. The next night we stayed at a hotel, and then the next night we stayed at a neighbor's house that did have power. And we didn't get our power back until Tuesday afternoon, so a week after the tornado. We didn't have power for 7.5 days, and my parents just fixed food on the grill the whole time and had a lot of meals in the dark. And I didn't really get to be upstairs where like our regular kitchen and my bedroom and our living room was, because it was colder up there than it was downstairs, because downstairs we had a gas log fireplace that we had lit. So the first half of my spring break I didn't really get to do anything, couldn't really be on my phone or the internet that much because we didn't have power. I did get to go to a few like musicals at like high schools in the area though, so there was that. So home as I knew it had this huge wound, and true to our name, Tennessee is a volunteer state, and there were so many people and still are so many people volunteering and donating to help Nashville. If you want to help, I'm sure you can find somewhere to donate to still. So Tuesday the power came back on. Wednesday I went to the thrift store to celebrate and to do something fun, and I got the email while in the dressing room that our spring break had been extended a week, and then we were going to have 2 weeks of online classes. And I'm sure you know, but the reason for this is because of the coronavirus. And I was kind of glad, because that meant that my midterm was pushed back in my history class, because I was totally not prepared for it. On Sunday, this past Sunday, the 15th of March, I went back up to Western with a few friends to get things for the next 3 weeks that I'm going to be spending at home that I wasn't planning on doing. But I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, we got the email that the rest of our semester in person had been canceled. And I am really upset about this, because I liked my roommate, I liked my classes, I was in a couple of clubs this semester, I was in choir. Thankfully, I'm a major that can still do things like with online classes, whereas music majors and art majors and science majors that have labs can't really do that. But I'm upset because my friends that I didn't really say like a goodbye to, because I thought I was going to see them in a week, I'm not going to see until August. And now I'm home and I am trying to get a job, but there are so many people getting laid off right now because of the coronavirus. So not only was my home in Middle Tennessee, hurt so badly, but now I don't even have my home at Western to go back to. And I don't know when I'm moving out yet. Maybe I might go in a couple of rounds. I'm actually really glad that I was able to get some stuff because I moved back most of my winter clothes when I went up on Sunday. So I won't have as many clothes to move back down. But we also won't have like moving boxes to help us, because they want to, slow the spread of the virus. And I guess, touching and sharing those moving boxes, I guess, could lead to that more. Ooh, it is raining. So where YouTube comes into this, I'm not really sure. I guess now it'll be easier for me to make videos because I'll be at home and I'll have like my studio lights with me and I'll have a good Wi-Fi connection, hopefully. But in truth, I wish I was back at Western, and I would have rather had that midterm and done bad on it than not get the rest of my freshman year. And I am really glad that something like this didn't happen last year, or that I'm not a senior, because I would really be sad to have my graduation canceled, to have any senior traditions canceled. And, I'm very lucky in all of these bad things that so many of my school friends do live, within half an hour, within an hour of me. My home received no damage from the tornado, and even the things in our shed that had the tree fall on it, like we had a riding mower in there and it didn't get damaged. At least we don't know. We don't think as of now. It still like rides around, but I don't know if there's anything wrong with like the mechanism that actually cuts the grass. In truth, I hope I can make YouTube videos more now because I'll be home, and hopefully I can get a job. But like I said, there's so many people being laid off by the coronavirus pandemic right now that I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I'm just really sad, and I have a lot of reasons to be. Thankfully, nobody that I knew, got their home destroyed by the tornado. Nobody that I knew died, although I do know people that had relatives die from the storm that had their homes or businesses destroyed. So the past 2.5 weeks have been some very hard weeks. And going forward, you know, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Cookeville will just have to rebuild together, and we did that 10 years ago during the flood, and we're gonna do it again. We already are, but the coronavirus really hit at a bad time. So that is what's been going on with me right now. It's Friday, so my extended spring break will be ending this weekend, and I'll have online classes starting on Monday. Oh, also churches in my area have closed. The Diocese of Nashville canceled Mass until Palm Sunday, which is the Sunday before Easter, and I'm really sad about that too, because that was like the only thing I had left after I learned that semester got canceled. The same day they canceled Masses, so things haven't been going great, but I have hope, and I have the power of prayer, and I have my cats with me, so I will be okay in the future, but for right now, things aren't going great. I hope that you stay safe and healthy, and that your areas don't receive any tornadoes ever again, because it really sucks. So hopefully I'll see you in my next video, and I'll be happier, because this has been a downer. So thanks so much for watching, thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.